few days ago, a friend of mine found my YouTube channel. He watched several videos, he gave me some great feedback, and then he asked me a question. Why do you make YouTube videos? And I really didn't have a good answer for him. You know, some people make YouTube videos because it's their job. They do vlogging videos, travel videos, product reviews, how-tos, even tutorials. But I don't do any of that. I guess if I had to put my specific channel into a genre, it's kind of a DIY / product review type channel. But I don't do it for the money because I'm not monetized. So that's obviously not the reason. So I started thinking about how I make videos, how I start, how I go through the process. The first thing I do is I come up with an idea. I'm an Apple guy, so I go to Notes app and I put in ideas. I do it in the Notes app for a couple of reasons. One, it's real easy to do. And two, whatever device I'm on, it's synchronized across all my devices. So if I have an idea and I'm on my computer or I'm on my phone, I can immediately go into the app, put the idea down, and there it is. So once I figure out that I'm going to actually do a video about a specific idea, I go into Notes and do an outline for that particular video. An outline keeps me organized. Once I get the outline finished, then I start writing a script. And once I've written the script, I start going back and editing it. I make it more conversational because, like a lot of people, when I type things, it's not the way I speak. So I go in and make it conversational. Once I get through with that, then the real fun part begins. I get to decide, all right, is it going to be an inside video or an outside video? If it's inside, is it going to be in my little studio where I have to set up stuff? If it's outside, am I going to be in a park like this? Am I going to be riding my bike? Maybe walking? Maybe out somewhere like a Starbucks. So I have to kind of figure out where I'm going to make the video. Once I do that, then the next phase is figuring out what camera I'm going to use. If it's inside, I'm going to use the A7S III along with several other cameras. If I've got a top-down shot, I may use the Pocket 3 to do that. If it's outside, I can use several cameras. I can use the Pocket 3, I can use an Insta360 X5, I can use an Insta360 Go Ultra. Either one of those cameras works outside. Once I figure out where I'm going to shoot and what cameras I'm going to use, next comes lighting. If it's inside, I've got a whole set of lights that I can set up for that. If it's outside, I use available light. I use sunlight. I usually try to film during the early part of the day or the late part of the day to get the best lighting. Once I figure out lighting, audio comes next. Audio is, in my opinion, the most important part of any video. If I'm inside, I'm going to use a boom mic and I'm going to use a lavalier as a backup. I record it into a MixPre audio recorder and all my devices are synchronized via timecode. If it's outside, I usually use a wireless mic. My mic of choice, DJI Mic-2. I've also, in many cases, used a lavalier just to make it sound a little better. Once the audio is figured out, then I go into actually shooting the video. Now, if it's a voiceover or a talking head like this, this is by far the most difficult part for me. This is the part that I don't feel the most comfortable with. I don't feel comfortable talking in front of a camera. Once that's done, then I take all of the footage, I make 3 copies of it. 1 goes onto a working drive and 2 go into NAS storage units. I definitely don't want to lose the footage. At that point, I start the editing process. And as much as I hate doing the voiceover and talking head piece, I love the editing. I absolutely love editing. It allows me so much creativity. It's by far the most fun part of making a video. So the first thing I do is do a rough cut, go through and figure out, you know, did I make any mistakes? Am I missing anything? Do I have B-roll? Do I have enough B-roll? I go through and do all of the video edits at that point. Once I have a good edit, then I move to audio. Audio is pretty important. My voice is really not great for video, so I have to do a lot of processing with it. Normally what I do is I put it into RX11 and DaVinci Resolve and process the audio. Once I get that done and I've got it the way I want it, I go in color grade. I don't do a lot of color grading. I have a pretty basic set of nodes. I shoot in all logs, so I have a color space transform at the beginning and at the end. In the middle, I've got several nodes that are white balance, color correction, things like that, the look. So I finished that. Once I complete the edit, That's the video part, the audio processing, and the color grading. I watch the video a couple of times, and I make sure that I haven't missed anything, a stray black frame somewhere or a glitch in the audio. I make sure that it's good. Once that's done, then I take the thumbnail and the description and upload it to YouTube. At that point, I'm done. And that kind of brings me back to the original question of, why do you make YouTube videos? And I guess, and it's going to sound kind of cheesy, but the reason I make YouTube videos is because I like to make videos. Whether it's for YouTube or other social media, I like to make videos. I like the process. I like the organization side, the beginning, the middle, the end, the whole thing. I like looking at something after I'm finished with it, and it's great. It's a great feeling. So I guess I need to call him back and say, hey, the reason why I make YouTube videos is because I like to make YouTube videos. Do you like making videos for YouTube? Do you make videos for YouTube? If you do, put them in the comments below. If you like the video, press like. If you like this type of content, subscribe. I really do like making these types of videos. If you've made it this far in the video, I really appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next video.